Hi everyone. Today in topic 8, we are going to focus on making short-term decisions with relevant costing. This is a very practical topic because many businesses' decisions depend on identifying the right costs to consider and the wrong ones to ignore. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand what relevant costing means, identify relevant and irrelevant costs, apply the concepts of short-term decisions such as special orders or outsourcing. Relevant costing is all about focusing on the costs that actually matters for the decisions at hand. Relevant costs are future-oriented and they change depending on the alternative you choose. This approach helps managers filter out unnecessary data and make clearer and faster and more efficient decisions. Relevant costs have many characteristics, such as they occur in the future. They differ between the alternatives being considered. They are avoidable, but depending on decisions. If a cost doesn't meet this criteria, it should be left out from the analysis, as it is not useful for decision making. Now, let's look at what not to include in relevant costing. First of all, sunk costs is definitely one. It is because sunk costs are already incurred and cannot be recovered. Committed costs is another one. You have locked into them and so they are unaffected by the decision. Allocated costs is also a cost that are not considered in relevant costing because it spreads across departments but not decision specific. Lastly, non-cash costs such as depreciations, which usually has no cash impact in the short-term decision making. Relevant costing is useful in many decisions areas such as to make or to buy, should we produce in-house or outsource, special order, should we accept a one-time deal at a lower price, product line decisions, should we discontinue a product, resource allocations, how should we use our limited resources, and lastly, sell or process further. Should we sell now or continue productions to add more value so that we can earn more money? Let's take an example. Suppose a customer offers to buy a product at a discounted price. You calculate only the relevant costs such as material, labors, and variable overhead expenses. You will ignore fixed overhead costs or expenses because they won't change. If the order brings in more than the incremental cost, then it is worth considering. Here is another example. You compare the cost of producing a component in-house to the price of buying it. Only include variable costs and any opportunity costs. Some costs, such as equipment that is already purchased, are usually ignored in these circumstances. Subsequently, managers would choose the options with the lower relevant costs. Why is relevant costing useful or beneficial to decision makers in organizations? First of all, it eliminates unnecessary informations. Secondly, it sharpens the focus of analysis. Thirdly, it improves the speed and clarity of decisions. Lastly, it supports short-term profitability and resource efficiency. To summarize, relevant costings helps managers make better decisions by focusing only on the cost that matters. It is especially important for short-term decisions such as pricing, outsourcing, or even resource allocation. Some costs and non-cash items such as depreciation should be excluded, so we do not crowd our judgment with irrelevant data. So today we have concluded our overview on relevant costing. Thank you for watching, and we see each other again.